And we are live for Carnivore Sunday School, and we are talking about carnivore, and it is Sunday. We call it Sunday School. People get confused. They think it has to do with religion. It's not. It just happens to be on Sunday, and George and I are teachers, so we just give it the name school. So welcome. We are supposed to have the amazing, the magnificent Dr. Robert Kiltz today. We're hoping he pops in. We're not sure. He might have been a little confused about the time. If he doesn't come, we're going to talk about him. Otherwise, maybe we can get some other guests who might be able to get the link and pop in. Let's just go around, do a quick introduction, and we'll see where this leads. And we'll start with George. Good enough?
Good. George, good enough for you? Absolutely. Thank you, John. Yeah. So I just to confirm, Dr. Kiltz went live earlier, and the chat was very active. And I did say, remember, you were on with us at 1 p.m., Dr. Kiltz. He said, "Oh, thank you, George." He said, "Yeah, well, anytime you want to invite me on your channel, I'm more than willing to." I said, "No, Dr. Kiltz, you're booked in today." And he said, "Oh, I get very confused where I'm supposed to be at any given time." So without Alia working on a Sunday, I've got a funny feeling that he was genuinely confused. I think he thought that I was trying to invite him on in sometime in the future, and he'd completely forgotten the fact he's booked in for today. However, yeah, we can still have a Dr. Kiltz special though, because we all know him very well. He's all a personal friend of ours, so we can tell our favourite Dr. Kiltz stories, and we do have a couple of a special Carnivore Avengers, which we can play and have a play with. So yeah, it's going to be a Dr. Kiltz special, whether the great man himself turns up or not. But anyway, so for me, I am George Goodenough, your 60-year-old carnivore friend from Bridgewater in Somerset in England. And yeah, I've had a very exciting week. I've not been very well this week, to be honest with you, but I had one of those where I couldn't be too far from the bathroom at any given time for the last 6 days. That appears to have cleared up on it in a timely fashion for today. So yeah, everything's good. What else have I got to tell you? Yeah, I am now been appointed officially. It was announced on air last night live by Kerry Mann that I am actually officially the UK ambassador to Healing Humanity. So that's so I was trying to push for that role for some time, and Kerry has actually officially recognised it. As you know, I'm also a Kiltz health coach, and according to Dr. Kiltz, I am his much-loved troublemaker. So I think coming from a guy like Dr. Kiltz to acknowledge me as a troublemaker, I think is an accolade rather than a criticism. So that was great fun dealing with Dr. Kiltz. And I'm also a Carnivore Avenger now. I am one of this new superhero breed in the carnivore world. I'm the Capped Crusader. More of which later probably. But yeah, that's my story. And yeah, the old story. Yeah, I used to be a type 2 diabetic, weighed in at 293 pounds. I no longer am, and I weigh in at 175 or thereabouts at the moment. So about 120 pounds down, and no more type 2 diabetes. It's completely gone. And the doctors are very embarrassed by it all, because of course I was chronic and progressive, would be dependent upon metformin for the rest of my life. A nurse kindly told me that all carbs are sugar. I went home, threw away the prescriptions and cut out the carbs. And here I am with no more diabetes, 10 inches off my waist, triglycerides smashed. And yeah, and obviously I've lost nearly 120 pounds. In fact, I did lose over 120 pounds, but I put a couple back on. So that's it. That's my story. And as I said, we'll have some fun with about Dr. Kiltz if he doesn't turn up. We'll get somebody else on to perhaps in a minute to have a chat about their own experiences, but we'll talk about our own first. Anyway, John, back to you to take it forward.
John,
you're on me, John. Oh, you're still muted, John. I'll tell you what.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm back here. What I'm doing is, just so you know, it's not streaming to my channel. Somehow the time got mixed up. I'm trying to fix the time so it streams to my channel, but other people are on. But I meant to go over to Stephanie and say, "Hey, Steph, you're back from your trip, and how you doing? And introduce yourself."
Brilliant. Thanks, John. Well, you might find you can just click go live now, John, and it'll just go live from now. But yes, I am back from my trip. It was amazing. I'm now back in cold but bright in the UK, where it's freezing degrees. And after my month in Cyprus was just phenomenal. I absolutely loved it. Many of you who listen are travelers yourself. You've been to many places, and I am certainly going to start going to many more places, especially sunny ones in the winter. But I'm also excited tonight because at midnight tonight, Nicky and I will make our way to London, where we are flying to Spain, and we're going to Phil Escott's Carnivore retreat, which is very exciting. Cannot wait to get out there and meet all our fellow meat eaters. And great to see you all in the comments. We've got Thomas, Prime Rib, aka Spare Rib. Rick, I can see Bride's Biscuit. Don't think I've seen you before. And Apex Odyssey, great name. And hello, Lainey. Yes, it is blinking freezing. So I'm at Happy Sexy Health here on YouTube, Instagram, and all the places. So I'll be with you in the comments. And with that, over to you, John.
Okay, hi, I'm John Laspina. I'm the Carnivore Teacher Alpha. I'm wearing Dr. Kiltz's shirt because he was supposed to be on today. I wanted to, salute him for, I had a wonderful introduction. I was going to read about him, but I'd still like to read it from the third person so you can see what a great guy he was. I got to meet him at Hack Your Health last weekend with some great, what an amazing event. Hopefully we'll have time to talk about that, but this is just an introduction. So I've been carnivore. I will be carnivore 3 full years coming this January. Before that, I was ketovore for 3 full years. And before that, I was keto. So I'm going on 7, 8 years of healing my body from within, losing inappropriate inflammation, which caused lower back pain. I lost some weight. I put my OCD in remission, put my AFib in remission, my teeth, my gums, my eyes, my ears, everything has improved. And my latest observation, this is freaky now, you may not see it from the camera there, but in the morning when I'm primping, the hairs in my beard are starting to come in darker. Like my gray hairs are getting darker. This is the weirdest thing, my eyebrow hairs. So this diet is so healthy. It's species specific. It's made for us for healing. And some things are slow, but we keep doing this because we're supposed to be on this way of eating, and our body thanks us in many, many ways. This is why we come on here. This is why I have my channel as well. My channel is called The Carnivore Teacher, and I'm on YouTube and all the other social media sites as well. So what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about Dr. Kiltz, Hack Your Health.
Well, should we do these superheroes?
Yeah, let's show that video. I saw part of that. Looks fun.
So we've got.
Let's all mute when she does.
Can I just introduce the idea of the Carnivore Avengers? It actually was a brilliant idea by our colleague Amy Davis, who is Keto Rockstars or Rocking Coach Amy. She's known as both names out in the world there, and she is an IT teacher, and she's very good with AI. And she decided that basically the carnivore world needed a new type of superhero, sort of a kind of counterpoint to Marvel comics, maybe. So she's come up with, I think there's many of us have actually got a Carnivore Avenger now. I sent Steph my own. I am the Capped Crusader. Lainey, who, as we know, is my beloved wife, she has had a mastectomy. So she is Wanda One Boob Woman. And the boss, who has just recently had his Carnivore Avenger, he is the Plant Punisher. So and they're all AI. They're all in kind of cartoon form, and it's great, and it is great fun. So yeah, Steph, if you want to give us some examples of the music and the actual filming, that'll be brilliant, and then we can invite some comments. See what
Let
happens.
us mute when you do this so that it has no feedback.
Right. Now, I don't think you can hear it at the moment, can you? Because I can't hear anything.
I hear the sound.
You're okay.
Oh, right. You can hear the sound.
You can make it bigger, though. I don't know if you can hit the arrow.
Oh, that
with
just
a
goes
primal
down.
scream.
Oh, God.
A butcher born warrior from a carnivore dream.
So
Broccoli
this is Dr.
trembles,
Kiltz's one.
spinach tries to hide, but nothing stands a chance when he's turning on the stride.
And do you think that's enough, George?
Let it run, Steph. It's about 2 minutes.
Let it run.
Yeah, let it run.
Turn up the amps, let the sizzling roar. He's the king of the kitchen, and he's ready for war. Roots get wrecked, leaves fall down. He's a meaty heart of this old rock town. He's a plant punisher, baby, ripping up the green, shredding every veggie like a rock machine, with bacon, smoke, thunder, and a flame-lit soul. He's a carnivore champion on vegetable patrol.
Okay, I think that's
Brilliant.
that.
Shaking up the scene.
That's it. That.
Probably starting again up there now, Steph. Yeah, we probably say that one. Yeah, well, we might play with the other ones later, but that's that is Dr. Kiltz's new alter ego, the Carnivore Avenger, the Plant Punisher, which is I think quite apt. So that's it's great fun. These are available to anybody who wants to have them made. Actually, if you contact Amy through her channel or through any other means, then she charges a certain amount of money. I won't say how much because you might want to put it up in the future. And you can actually have one dedicated to yourself. You choose what superhero you want to be in the carnivore world, and she will put it to music and create the image for you. I think Steph and John, you've got to have one. Really, it's you belong amongst the Carnivore Avengers. There's no question.
And we can look forward to that later on today. You will be able to see the Capped Crusader. Mr. George
Yeah.
would.
That looks like fun. That looks like so much fun. If I start playing with this, I'm never going to stop. I'll make one for everybody.
Yeah, I just noticed that Jonathan estimates that of being about £70 or maybe $85 worth of AI. And I'm trying to convince Amy that she is underselling herself. So Jonathan has just basically confirmed that. So, so there we go.
Yeah. Well, Jonathan needs one as well. With all the
He does, absolutely.
Carnivore muscle, yeah.
Yeah. He's already a carnivore avenger in his own right. So he just needs to be AI'd, basically.
Absolutely. And Thomas says he's going to hack your health next year.
Oh, Thomas, you're not going to regret it. It's a high. You are walking around meeting all these people in person, and it's just a rush. It's so wonderful. I don't know if I could share my screen. Let's see.
Yeah.
How do I do that?
There's the share screen button.
There it is. Share screen. Let's see if I can find my allow. I want to show you a picture of me with the superhero himself. Of course, it's not working. I have to set this up. I'm really frustrated today. It's not streaming to my channel. I can't get it to work, so nobody's watching this on my channel.
Oh, it is streaming to your channel now.
It is. Oh.
It shows up at the top of my screen.
Because on mine it says upcoming, like it's not going. But as long as you say it's showing.
Well, I'll check. But in StreamYard it says it is streaming, and it didn't say that before. Okay, hopefully it is.
Anyway, yeah, mine still says upcoming, but I don't want to eat up the time talking about that. I'm a little bummed that people aren't watching it. Yeah, this looks. It was just amazing. I met the man himself. If you go to Hack Your Health next year, if you buy your tickets early, by the way, it's the cheapest. Like I don't know if the window's passed, but from the last one until maybe a week or two, it's under $100 a ticket.
Yeah, my understanding is, John, that the window has just closed. It was $97.
Right. So it goes up as you get closer to the event. It's so worth it. You can get your plane tickets closer to the event and the hotel. There's many options, and there's so much to do and see there. It's a little overwhelming because you want to do it all and you can't. There's cooking demonstrations and book signings. I got a book signed. I watched so many different. You try all these different carnivore snacks and carnivore ice cream from this thing. There was bone broth I got to test. I got to see all these amazing speakers and learn some great things and walk away with these little allergy cards that say don't eat seed oil. I got that. So many. It's endless. You get tired because you can't do it all. And then there's the dinner. Each night people are like, let's all go out to dinner. And you get to share a carnivore meal with all these great people that you only normally see on the screen. You get to see them in person and hug them and get lots of selfies. It was a blast. It was, by the time I went to sleep each night in the hotel room, I was like, I conked out with such exhaustion because I'm an introvert, right? I just put myself forward. I was an extrovert for everybody. And then because it does drain me, but in a positive way. It was so, I'm a carnivore and they're my support group. They're my encouragement. We're all on the same page. We're all buddies. And it's just so exciting. It really is. I can't possibly do it justice by talking about it. You have to go and look at people's clips and videos and pictures of Hack Your Health to get a better feel for it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're streaming onto John's because
I was afraid of that. Yeah. I'm just trying to.
I think there's going to be a lot of people there waiting.
Let's see if I can cancel it and then restart it. But go ahead, somebody. You guys share some things. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, I thought we might talk about our favourite encounters with Dr. Kiltz because we're all friends with Dr. Kiltz. We've all actually worked with him in the past. So I'll start off with. I think everybody sort of knows that I went to Wyoming by accident because of Dr. Kiltz.
Right. Yeah.
So I'll tell you how he inspired me and how he proved himself to be the caring gentleman that he really is. And basically on July 11th,
that's the picture I was going to show.
There he is. Brilliant. It's lovely. There he is, the man himself, the plant punisher. Yeah. On July the 11th, I entered the usual daily draw. I was at work, so I didn't know what I was actually entering for. I thought it would be a mug or a cup or a hat or a T-shirt. And then equally at the end of the program, I was busy, so I didn't know that I won. That was July the 11th. And that evening, I got an email from Ali saying winner. So I thought, let's see if I won a mug or a shirt or something. No, I won the $1,000 3-day VIP pass to the Rendezvous City Beef Roundup in Wyoming. My instant reaction was, I can't do this. I said, Steph, can you cover for me? She said, no, I can't. Not doing it for you, George. It's your prize, not mine. So I thought, I really can't do this because it's just too much. I was scared. It meant a big upheaval to get across to Wyoming. I haven't traveled for 20 years by aircraft. It was daunting. I was scared. I really was worried about it. So my knee-jerk reaction was to send an email to Ali saying, sorry, Ali, won't be able to do this. It's just too much of a logistical nightmare for me. But I went to bed that night and I slept on it. And I woke up in the morning and I thought, I'm being stupid. I really am. My mindset had changed. I like to say that I went to bed that night in the sheep mindset, the scared mindset, the I can't do something which is out of my comfort zone mindset. But I woke up and I said, Lainey, would you mind if I went to Wyoming? She said, no, George. She said, Dr. Kiltz has given you the opportunity of your lifetime. She said, how can you possibly decline him? So I immediately sent an email back to Ali. I said, cancel last night's email. I'm going to Wyoming. So I went and booked the flights, the hotel and everything else. But sadly, on that same day, July the 11th, the organizer, who is Tyler McCann, his father-in-law died. And in the ensuing sort of administrative chaos, while he was organising the funeral and everything, a lot of his sponsors pulled out on him. So he was suddenly at the last minute unable to actually stage the event this year. So he he came back to me and said, "I'm sorry, George, but I'm going to have to cancel you. It's you know, it's beyond my control, but the roundup's not happening." So I sat back and I thought, well, I've got the tickets booked, I've got the hotel booked. So I thought, I said, Tyler, okay, so the rendezvous city roundup's not happening, but Wyoming's still there. You're still there. I said, how do you fancy me just coming over to visit you as a friend? And he came back and he said that would be wonderful, because basically he was very upset about it, about both the death of his dearly beloved father-in-law and the cancellation of the roundup. So he felt that it would be a good thing for him to have somebody that he could show around, and he said, we'll go and play cowboys for a few days. So I flew over there, and that's exactly what I did. So basically it was that got me over there, and it was his teaching me to be a lion, not a sheep, that made me wake up the next morning as a lion and able to go and do it. But the story doesn't end there, because basically, yeah, you can say I didn't get the benefit of the $1,000 prize, but I did in many ways, because I had booked into the Holiday Inn in Riverton for about $1,000 for the time I was staying there. But Tyler said, just cancel that, because you can actually come and stay in Calvin being his father. You can stay in his lodge, because obviously Calvin had passed on. So I was privileged enough to stay in Calvin's lodge for the few days, and they made me part of the family. But perhaps yeah, Lainey's saying that she wanted me out of her hair so she could decorate my office, which you can see her work behind me here. But on the Thursday morning, I got there on the Wednesday night very late, and so I went over for breakfast on the Thursday morning, and we're having a steak. And basically, then Tyler got a video call from somebody. I thought it was just a friend of his, and I was addressing my steak as you do. And he says, "Yeah, he's here, yeah. Oh, okay, you want to work with him? No worries." So he shoved this phone in my hand, didn't tell me who it was, but it was a video call with Dr. Kiltz. And basically, Dr. Kiltz had, he'd actually sort of remembered that I was due to be in Wyoming at that time. And it was a welfare call. He said, "I want to know that you got there safely, George, and I want to know that Tyler's looking after you." So I said, "Yeah, absolutely, no problems." But it didn't stop there. He actually gave me 24 minutes of his time. He's a very busy man, but he was, he was genuinely interested in my welfare. And he didn't have to. He didn't have to make the phone call at all. But he could have just said, "Yeah, everything's okay," and signed off. But we chatted. He wanted to know what I was eating. I think I was eating a prime rib at the time. And yeah, it took me completely by surprise. But basically, Dr. Kiltz is everything that he says on the packet. He does care about people, and he does care about us as individuals. He loves his Kiltz Mighty Tribe, and he knows us all. That's the thing. I was on the live with him today when I was trying to remind him that he was supposed to be on here tonight, but he got confused. But he gives a shout out to everybody. He knows everybody. Considering how many followers he got, he's 80,000 subscribers. But those of us who follow him on a regular basis, he knows us all individually, and we've all done interviews with him. All three of us here have done interviews with him, and it's just a great experience knowing Dr. Kiltz. And this morning, I woke up. I've been ill for the last 6 days, and I woke up with the sort of the nagging. When you're not feeling 100%, you get self doubts as well. You get the mental, you get the self-doubts. And I woke up like that this morning, and Lainey said, "What's the matter with you?" I said, "Oh, I'm wondering whether I'm doing the right thing here, Lainey, whether it's a good thing or not what I'm doing." And she said, "Sort it out, put yourself out of it." But then I got on with Dr. Kiltz, and Dr. Kiltz was in true Dr. Kiltz form. And, he was a lot of me. He said, "Hello, George. It's lovely to see you here. My troublemaker." He said, "Yeah, George Trouble." I thought, "Yeah, I am. And it's what I'm here for. I'm a revolutionary. And yeah, I'm not going to walk away from the revolution just because I've got a few self-doubts about my own abilities." So yeah, Dr. Kiltz dragged me out of a bit of a mental hole today. And he does that. He's an absolutely wonderful man, a real inspiration to us all. And that's my memories and thoughts on Dr. Kiltz. So back to you, John, to take it from there.
Same thing, basically. First time I met Dr. Kiltz was at, I believe it was Hack Your Health last year. And he was standing there with his microphone, and he just people come up to him to get their selfie, and he puts the mic. Would you like to tell us who you are and about your channel? He puts his arm on you. He envelops you. And he took a little clip of me, and I explained who I was. This was over a year ago. This was in June of 2024. And he spent some time talking to me, and I thought, what a great guy. He was, I believe, staying at the hotel where I was staying. I was going up the elevator. I looked down, and he was sitting in there in a booth talking to Robin. Remember Robin Heron? And other people. Yeah, just talking. He gives his all in the moment. In the moment, he lives in the moment and gives you his soul for that moment. And he's not distracted. He's not looking somewhere else. He's not looking at his watch. He invests his time and talks to you. The next time I saw him was at a dinner meetup, a carnivore meetup in Central Florida. So we drove up there, and he walked all the way over to where I was sitting, sat down, looked at, face to face, and we had this long 15-20 minute discussion. I felt special. I felt like I was a movie star. Like, why is this man spending all this time with me? He just does that. That's what he does. And then at Hack Your Health here, he saw me from a distance, and he was talking on an interview, and he looked at me, he pointed, he went like this, and he pulled me in, gave me a hug. We took that picture. He is just a beautiful human being. And we can learn a lot from him. Like when I see that, I think I want to be more like that. I hope people feel that way about me when they meet me, that I talk to them and invest my time. So I like to learn things from people, some beautiful traits. And he has a lot of those. How about you, Steph?
Well, I met Dr. Kiltz when he came to London for the Healing Humanity event, and it was just outside London. I must admit, I was absolutely starstruck because I can't remember. Maybe I'm not sure whether I had my little baby channel by then, but maybe I just started it. But this was last October, and it was the Healing Humanity. They were putting out the trailer. So Kerry Mann from Healing Humanity was there. Dr. Kiltz was there. And all of the Brits were there, like Stephen Thomas and Richard Smith, Lauren Tucker, Lee Copus, Kent Carnivore. And it was a really fantastic event. And for us in the UK, we don't get to see these people as much because there aren't as many events going on. So it was just phenomenal. Carl from Primal Living was there, Primal Lifestyle. George would have been there, but he had better things to do with horses. We'll go into that.
Not quite true. I had a prior engagement at a Christmas party on December the 14th last year. So yeah, it wasn't horses. It was actually a long arranged social event about which I was very disappointed.
Yes, we were very disappointed as well. So Dr. Kiltz was at the event, and like you both have said, my sister and I were surprised when Dr. Kiltz, engaged us in conversation for some good while. Obviously, we are not known to rock the microphone. We are not known, and he gave us his time, his energy, made us feel really special. As you say, asked a lot of questions about what we were doing, so it made it feel like he was taking an interest and learning from what we were doing, possibly. So like you say, John, these are the skills that you want to have when you're going to 1,000,001 events every year. You're meeting maybe hundreds or thousands of people in a year, and to be able to give this time and energy to people like that is a real skill. And I think one of the things that we notice about Dr. Kiltz is, I'm not sure exactly how old Dr. Kiltz is, but
he's 70 next year, Steph.
Oh, 70 next year.
Yeah.
He has great energy. That's the thing. She's got great energy because many who are younger have not got that energy to be able to go on like that and be giving like that. So those are the things. Oh, my last thing, yes, is that he's very contrary. He doesn't just go along the well-worn path. Even in carnivore circles, Dr. Kiltz is not afraid to say things that don't toe the party line.
Exactly, yeah. Can I also just point out, actually, that if it weren't for Dr. Kiltz and Dr. Kiltz's channel, then Steph and I probably never would have met. Well, we would have done eventually, but it was because I found her in March of this year being interviewed by Dr. Kiltz. I reached out through the usual channels, through Lauren Tucker, in fact, and put myself and Steph together. I did an interview with her, and then our friendship built from there, and then. We ended up joining the Kiltz Health Certificate together. Steph kindly stepped into the part of the Great British Meetup Committee, and then obviously first guest on Carnivore Sunday School, or Sunday School Carnivore was back in those days. And then before you knew it, she suddenly became a part of the team, which she just seems unbelievable that she wasn't part of the team from the very beginning. So yeah,
it feels like she's always been. Yes.
Well, Dr. Kiltz was very much behind that as well, because the way he pulls everybody from his community on and gives them an hour at least once, then that's how people get to meet each other. He's a great believer in the community, his tribe, as he calls it. Talking of which, John, sorry to sort of like this, but I noticed we've got several coaches in the chat tonight. We've still got half an hour to go. Steph, would it be possible for you to put a StreamYard link in chat, and then we can, if anybody wants to come on and tell their story, a favourite story about Dr. Kiltz and how they met him, do you think that'd be a good idea, Headmaster?
I think that would be a great idea. And you know what I really love about this kind of discussion? We only usually do this after someone's dead. Right? It sounds like a eulogy. Everybody's going up to the microphone, talk about how great the person was. And I often say we should be, celebrating people like this when they're alive. And we're doing that with this wonderful man. So let's do that more for people. Maybe we'll talk about George next week. And then we'll talk about Stephanie. We'll talk about how great you guys are, all the great things. Because I hope he watches this on the replay so he could see how much of an impact he's having. Yeah,
I'm going to send it to Ali, and I'm going to tell her push forward. Right, folks. Anyway, we've got the StreamYard link up. So come on, Juliet. Come on, Thomas. Angela, I saw you in there. I know Amy's in there as well. So anybody else who's actually met Dr. Kiltz who wants to talk about their favourite memories of him and that sort of thing, or anybody who wants to come on and tell say what to the contrary, you can do if you want to.
He gave me a whole hour of his time, and I did an interview with him. And then towards the end of the hour, he said, "Did I give you everything you need?" Or I think it was over. You know how like we stopped recording, and he looked. He said, "Did you get what you needed? Did I give you everything you needed? Did you want me to say anything else?" I mean, he just gives you all of that time.
Exactly. Yeah. So there we go.
Yeah.
So come on, folks, get on here, because we want to hear more Dr. Kiltz stories, and we've all got some great Dr. Kiltz stories.
And another thing I love about the man, there's other people like Dr. Ken Berry and Dr. Anthony and Dr. Kiltz has a free section in his Kiltz Mighty Tribe. You don't have to pay money to be a member of the Kiltz Mighty Tribe. There's a whole free version. So, I mean, he's not about the money and making money.
No, he never has been.
I love that about him. Yeah.
He's all about community. It's all about spreading the word.
He doesn't push products, and he talks about, what's the proper diet.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I noticed we've got some new people in the chat as well. So maybe you want to come on and introduce yourself and maybe tell a bit about your story.
Yeah.
Or if there's people who know Dr. Kiltz who want to come on and talk about their Dr. Kiltz story.
Absolutely. I think you mentioned Bride's Biscuit earlier on, Steph. Those of us who move in certain circles, Bride's Biscuit is familiar to us. So it's knowledge that.
Dina, come on.
Come on. Somebody come on. Come on, Thomas. Where are you? Come on, Juliet. Juliet's just out of the shower.
People don't realise what to do. This link in the comments, I'm going to put it down again.
Just copy and paste it into your browser and click it, and it should let you join.
And that'll let you point, okay?
Stephanie,
Juliet's just out of the shower, so she has an excuse. Angela has just got home from shopping, so she's putting the grocery away.
Come on, Thomas. Come on while you're about to eat.
It's only for 5 minutes.
Rick comes on while he's eating. You can do it, Thomas.
Dina wants to come on. So
Come on, and Deanna, you have things to share about Dr. Kilt. So press the StreamYard link and jump on with us if you know how to do it.
I'm a shy boy. Once you're on camera, the shyness goes away. You're like, ah.
It does. But what a great picture.
I have a other one. If I could get the darn thing to show up on my screen here.
Yeah. Well, you just see where it's got present. Does it let you put an image? It should add an image.
I've done this all before. I sound like I'm incompetent and I don't know what I'm doing. I've done all this before. Okay. Image file, share screen. And then it's like, window. There it is. Let's see if that'll go. There we go. So there's another one with Dr. Kiltz. That's my husband, Doug. And then that, can you see it? And then that's
you've still got the original Dr. Kiltz.
You don't see it.
No,
I can. I have to.
Now we can. Now we can. Yeah. Great.
Oh, you see it. So there's another one. I have so many pictures of myself with other people too. All these really cool people from Hack Your Health. I don't know if you guys want me to go through them while we're waiting. We could do that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. And so we can play Spot the Carnivore. See if me and Steph can name them. How about that?
It's if I can get these things to come up fast enough.
Oh, Deanna has joined us.
Oh, brilliant! In that case, don't worry, John. We'll have Deanna on, and she can tell her.
Right. Hey, Deanna.
I don't know how to stream. Is it on?
It's on, and we see you, and we're good to go. Hi.
Okay. Well, you see me in my. Well, I just got out of the hot tub doing my morning sunlight in the hot tub, and I turned the guys on. So, but I did want to share about Dr. Kiltz.
Good.
Before I started in his community and anything, I looked him up at CNY Fertility and got most of his books back then. And I just loved what he had to say, and then got a hold of the Mighty Tribe and then did his coaching. But he really inspired me and gave me strength to take on what I want to be my retirement career, which is fertility health coaching. And I just love that man dearly, that I know that he, as a surgeon, being able to do fantastic in vitro fertilization, which is amazing that we can do that. And one of my granddaughters was born that way. But the fact that I know from his heart, he truly wants people to conceive naturally. And then he's going to be there if you can't. But still, what we all do, whether we focus on fertility or not, it's all the same. It's the foundation of health, because human beings are meant to be fertile. We are fertile beings if we get the gunk out of the way and build the foundation for a baby to come to be. And so, but I just, you can see it in his heart and in his practice. And so I'm just,
Absolutely,
I hope that he will join me. I'm stepping out in January. Hopefully I can get it together by mid or end of January to do a 12-week coaching course for fertility. And I haven't hit him up yet, but I'm hoping that he'll at least do a recorded piece or maybe come on live to one of them. Like, this is the foundation coming from the guy that does the IVF, and and what he could share about being there once the foundation, if you truly need that service, this is where. And that's obviously where I've already sent a few people to see CNY Fertility.
Absolutely.
Because I like the practice. It's in the And I love his, I've also, my last name is Raw, so that's where people have called me the Raw Truth uh, health coach. And then I decided on Raw Wisdom Fertility because just like you guys were just saying, how he kind of tells it how it is. And it's each of our own raw truth and our experience. And other people have theirs that is their truth and they're passionate about their view. But we're never wrong when we go by our passion. And I think that's what,
Deanna, if I can just confirm what you said here, because I was watching him earlier on his live when he does it, goes solo on a Sunday. And he said basically he's not about money, because basically if a couple goes to him looking for IVF, then if he was a money grabber, he would immediately go down the IVF route. But he sends them away with some advice first. And he says, come back and see me. And what he hopes is that they will come back pregnant. So it's
absolutely. Well, that's what got me upset when my daughter went to a fertility clinic and they said her ovarian reserve was so low that she was going to go into early menopause. And if she wanted more than one child, she needed to get started right away, and that she should try for twins, because by the time she was ready to do a second one, she would probably be in menopause. Absolutely. And she was 32 at the time, 31 at the time. And I'm just like, okay, I don't like this clinic. How horrid to put the fear of God into people. I mean, what does stress do for your fertility? So we took things into our own hands, and Carnivore was part of her success. She got scared, started that, got sick through the procedure, and we said, forget it. Please follow me, what I can tell you to do. We took care of both. She went 100% carnivore for 5 months and was pregnant with her first child naturally.
Fabulous.
And that's then the second one she did IVF because she already had a frozen embryo.
Okay.
But Dr. Kiltz has really been my rock and my inspiration.
That's a wonderful story. It really is. And as you can see, Dr. Kiltz is very popular, because suddenly we have a coach. A coach full of screens. No, I mean a screen full of coaches, because there are on here. We've got the headmaster of Sunday school, but we've also got 5 classmates from the recent coaching course. All of us, we didn't know each other. Well, me and Steph knew each other slightly beforehand, but we certainly didn't know any of our friends who are with us now. But we're all now very good friends on a WhatsApp group, and we're all constantly in touch. And I am very, very touched that you guys have come on to support us and to support Dr. Kiltz. So, John, back to you temporarily, and you can take it on from here, because you are the boss, and I don't want to take over the show.
All the 3 of us are co-equal bosses. Come on, George. Thomas, welcome. Amy, thanks for coming on. Thomas, you have in between swallows. Did you want to say anything about Dr. Kiltz?
Well, I mean, no, I met him in Boston. So, like I said in the chats before, he kind of reminds me of like the father of the bride, of like, while hosting a wedding, reception. He's just very given to everybody, and I agree with you. Like he puts his attention right to you, and it's amazing how he does that. But
he's a great guy. Amy, I remember those cast iron. I love the background every time I see you. You're on mute, Amy. Pull yourself off of mute. Tell us maybe when you met Dr. Kiltz in person.
Yes, I have. Okay. And I actually have proof of the day and everything. So it was at the first time I went to the New Jersey meetup that Dr. Wiedemann has had, and I've been there. I've been 3 times. I don't think she's doing it anymore. But we had all, on the Saturday morning after the Friday night, we all went to a coffee house, and some of us had coffee, some of us didn't, and then we went outside to just talk on the sidewalk. And I had met Dr. Kiltz Friday night, and he came and we sat down on the curb and started talking. and we were talking about Christianity and Jesus. And it was a very interesting conversation. I grew up in a very, very religious family. So I have a little PTSD about certain aspects of talking about Christ. He ran off to his car and brought me his book, The Christ-Based Teachings. And then he autographed it for me. It says June 6/8/22. And I did not, I'm crying. I was like, I don't even understand. But we've been very close since. And every time I get to meet him, we met again each year that I went back to the New Jersey meetup. And then we also met at the Boston meetup. And I don't know, I feel very close to him, and he's made a huge difference in my life. And yeah, I saw him this morning on his Sunday morning show also. He was in rare form this morning. I was on my walking pad, so I don't think I typed out anything. But anyway, I am coming down with a cold, and I wasn't going to come on, but then I just wanted to come on and tell my story. So I've got all kinds of nasal sprays that I'm using because I want to be well for the holidays. I think you can kind of hear it in my voice.
Well, thank
Amy,
we appreciate it. I hope you feel better.
Yeah. Amy, I don't know if you're aware, but Papa Carnivore himself, he said he hasn't been ill for the last 3 years, but he's had a really bad one this week. So it is going around. It's going around over here as well, because I've actually I came down with a bit of a sore throat and a bit of a sniffly nose. And then I had as I was explaining earlier, I had the 6 days where I daren't be too far from the bathroom. It was one of those. Today's my first day fully back to health since last Monday. So yeah, there's a lot of it going around at the moment, and Carnivore doesn't make us bulletproof.
No, it doesn't.
But what it does is it means we can actually deal with it better when it hits us. So
it's shorter and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I tell you, I don't remember if it was 2 years ago or last year, I had 5 colds in a row. And my husband died 4 years ago. So I guess it was the second year. And after I moved to the new town I live in, I live close to my son and granddaughter. And I think she would come home with a cold and I would get it. And that I haven't had a cold since then. So this is good. But yeah, it just happens sometimes.
It does. That's actually a good topic for a future show. How has Carnivore helped have we noticed helped us when we feel like we're coming down with a cold? That's a pretty cool topic, because I've noticed, I used to get sinus infections all the time before, eating the standard diet, and I almost never get sick anymore. And sometimes I feel like something's coming on, something's about to grab me, and I make sure I get really good sleep that night, and maybe I make sure I go out in the sun and I ground and everything, and it feels like it just grabbed it and crushed it, and I feel better the next day. I can't tell you the last time I was sick. So even if you get it, I really believe when your body is set up to heal faster or to shorten the duration when you're healthy, because there's no inflammation or very low because of
right.
Yeah.
Unless you're going through some kind of emotional turmoil like I was. Yeah. And I think that's why it happened that year. But usually I do really well getting over it really quickly. And when I was younger, I used to, every time I had a cold, I got bronchitis. And I haven't had bronchitis in, 30 years. But yeah, I can definitely see a difference in my immune system. It's better, but I also know that it's really affected by stress, or grief.
Yes.
That's a big one. Yeah.
And any stress that exacerbates this completely. It really does. And so we learn to breathe, and you do the best you can. It's easier to say it. Don't be so stressed. It's harder to apply it and manage the stress. But when we learn those tools, it makes a bigger difference than we think. Yeah, definitely. Steph, you've been real quiet. I'll put you on the spot.
Yeah, I've been loving the conversation, because I think it's so important, isn't it, about the mental aspect, because we do forget that sometimes, don't we? We think, well, okay, my eating's totally on point. I've been exercising, I've been doing all the things, but we don't take a bit of time to think about the breathing, the grounding, the being in nature, the walking. We don't take the time to get into perspective on work, because I think that's one of the things for many of us, especially working in a company. I suppose equally it can work if you're working for yourself as well, is that you get things out of perspective. Like you say, okay, well, I'm going to stay at work until 8 p.m. I'm going to stay at work till 9 p.m. I have so-and-so things to do. No. You get yourself out of the door. If you're being paid 9 to 5, I'm not saying you would never ever work a stroke extra, but it shouldn't be that every day you're coming home, because we're putting this on ourselves of this extra work, and maybe the employer needs to have more people. But whatever the reason, whatever the situation, we need to honor ourselves more than we honor their company, because we cannot deliver for any companies if we're sick.
I learned that as a teacher, that we have to take care of ourselves first, or how are we, we go in sick and we're not really at our best for the kids. And it's a lesson I think we all have to learn, to stop. And, we're so into being selfless. I'm going to help this person and help that person and give. And then we neglect ourselves a lot of the times, and that's not good. So there's a balance. You have to take care of yourself first so that you have the ability to love. And
it's the old aircraft safety talk analogy.
Right. Put the mask on.
Put your own mask on first,
before
and then try and help somebody else.
Good connection.
It is a good analogy. Yeah. Anyway, we're coming out there's just one quite important announcement I'd like to make from the UK. And that is that myself and Steph have the privilege of representing the carnivore community on mainstream television on December the 8th. We have been invited to go to a mini meetup, which is being filmed by the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation, and it is going on mainstream television. So basically, it's being organised by our great friend Carl Day and Coach Stephen Thomas and Lee Copus. So we are wheeling out all the big guns, if you like, myself and Lainey included, and Steph included as well. And it's happening on Monday, December the 8th in Kent, near London, very near where they held the meetup for Healing Humanity last year. And we're afraid that it might be an assassination attempt by the BBC, because we are not exactly what the BBC would normally be friendly towards, because they are very much on message with the government. Plant-based is best, meat is bad for you, it's bad for the environment. So we are going there on guard, shall we say. They are wheeling out 2 allopathic doctors, so they'll almost certainly try and do an assassination attempt on us. But as Coach Stephen told Kerry Mann last night, it's important that we get the publicity out there. This opportunity to go onto mainstream television was too good an opportunity to miss. So myself, Lainey, Steph will be there, and amongst various others. So that will be something to be reporting back on before too long, and hopefully it will come out on television. Hopefully they won't try to edit it so that it makes us look ridiculous.
That would be my fear. It looks good. You said the right things, and then it comes out, it looks differently.
Exactly, that's right. Because the BBC have got a recent track record. They've got a very biased program called Panorama, which is too big to end, if you know what I mean. But they took a Trump video. I'm not pro. I'm just giving facts. And they spliced together two bits of a speech that were 50 minutes apart to make him look bad. Now the head director general of the BBC has been forced to resign over this, and other people have had to leave as well. But they won't learn their lesson because they think they're too big to fail. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But it'll be interesting when it comes out. So that's my anyway. So thanks for indulging me on that one. We've got 5 minutes to go, John, and so it's back to you to do the
All
last.
right. Well, yeah, we'll do the circle here, even though we don't. I wish we had Dr. Kiltz, but that's okay. I'll start, and we'll end with we'll go clockwise. We'll end with Stephanie. That's all right because she's she's our secretary, push button pusher. Again, like I said at the beginning, I'm the carnivore teacher, John. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, all the social media sites. And I put out a lesson every day that's 3 to 7 minutes long, just little short snippets of information that basically were aha moments for me. And I'm like, I have to tell other people. And that's my YouTube channel. I get it out. And as a teacher, I want to teach these lessons to other people. And I also have interviews and everything. So I'm here to pass it on because I feel fantastic eating this way. And there's so many other people who can benefit. If anybody's looking for better health, they're going to find us if we're out there. And that's why I'm out there. All right. How about you, Amy?
As my blood sugar alarm is going off. I am Amy Fields Perrin on Instagram and Facebook. Not really on any other social media except for YouTube as Brisket Boomers. And since I'm 71, I like to talk about how carnivore keeps us healthy as we're aging. And I also have type 1 diabetes, so I have a lot of knowledge about using the carnivore diet for treating type 1. So that's me.
George.
Okay, over to me. Okay, yeah. So yeah, George Goodenough, former type 2 diabetic. So type 2 is my side of the diabetes thing. I do have my own YouTube channel, which is Good Enough for You. I use it as basically as a news update platform. I don't tend to do a lot of interviews, although I do them occasionally. But you will find me across a lot of my colleagues' channels, such as Juliet, Coach Juliet Eden, such as Rocking Coach Amy, Thomas, and obviously John's as well. So you will find me out there quite a lot. I am on Facebook. I do quite a bit on Facebook when I've got something worthwhile to report upon. As I say, the most exciting thing that's coming up at the moment will be this BBC filming on December the 8th. And it'll be nice to see Steph again because we haven't seen each other for a couple of months now. So there'll be an opportunity to actually catch up in person, which will be very nice. That's it, really. So I'm just very excited to be part of this wonderful community, to be part of the KMT, the Kiltz Mighty Tribe. And also, as I said, I'm very privileged to be the UK ambassador to Healing Humanity as well. So part of my duties is to give a weekly report to Kerry from the UK. So it's just a great life at the moment. It really is. So I wouldn't knock it. Anyway, over to you, Steph.
Yes. Thanks, George. Thanks to you all for being here. It's been great in the comments again. And it's lovely to see a few new faces. So I'm Stephanie Taylor. I'm at Happy Sexy Health. Myself and my sister, we help people who've never heard anything about the carnivore diet try out this primal way of eating with our 21-day primal body reset. And what I'm very excited about this week is that my mum, who we encouraged to go primal about 18 months ago, and she has not been anywhere near perfect, but she's certainly on a day-to-day basis. She's eating a lot more meat, a lot fewer carbs, and just a few vegetables. And her glaucoma, she's 77 years old. She's now on no meds. She used to be popping pain pills daily for joint pain, but her glaucoma it's getting smaller. And they had her on quarterly appointments, and they double checked the reading, the examination print off, whatever it was. with 2 different consultants because they very rarely see glaucoma getting better in 70-odd-year-olds. It usually starts to progress very fast. And so they couldn't believe that it was getting smaller. Her cataracts are getting smaller. Her eye pressure, this won't surprise you guys, is back to normal, where it was very worrying. She's gone back to annual eye checkups. And I made a post about this on my Facebook. And what really made my day today was this morning, a woman who's in her 70s. She came to my house to buy a rebounder, one of those mini trampolines. I had bought quite an expensive one, a Bellicon rebounder for those in the know. And this lady had come and she'd driven a few miles to come and buy this Bellicon rebounder. And I'd never heard from her again. She was very happy with the rebounder. Anyway, today she sent me a message because after she bought the rebounder, she started following me on Facebook, unbeknownst to me. And then last week she saw my mum's story about her eyes and she wants to change because her husband has got glaucoma and many other issues as well, but glaucoma. And that's why I love being on this Carnivore Sunday School. And that's why we're all sharing our story so that people do not lose hope. They don't go to their doctor and think, I am going to lose my sight. They know that there are things that they can do even in your 70s that are going to improve your health. So yes, look forward to seeing you. Happy Sexy Health on YouTube, Facebook, and all the places.
Thank you. And on behalf of Dr. Kiltz and all of us here, we're sorry he wasn't on, but maybe next time. Thank you for joining us, and please join us next Sunday for Carnivore Sunday School.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.